Live, uncut, unedited. All right, tell the truth and shame the devil. All righty. We back again, back again. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. Come on in. Yes, yes. All right. We got a great subject for the tell the truth and shame the devil. Oh yeah, tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, that's where we at, people. That's where we at. I need you guys to share the video. And when you share the video, it could be look at it's gonna be a great subject. It's gonna be a learning issue today. Now if you can't follow the rules, don't call in now. Simple as that. If you can't follow the rules, don't call in. All right, that's what we're looking for. You can't follow the rules, don't call in. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, people. So are you sure you want to? No. All right, people. Come on in. Come on in. This is Live Uncut. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube page, make sure you go to YouTube, Martin G. Johnson, One Faith, One Fold. Subscribe to my YouTube. We on here, people. See, I want to be on here. I'm very tired. Okay, you can miss it. Just come back and watch it. That's all. Come back and watch it. I got some great things going on for us. All right. What's up, Nathan? Janet, what's going on? What's going on? All right. Ken and Nicole, what's up? All right. Stock King, get busy, Drizzy. What's up, buddy? What's going on? Man, we listen. I got some talk for us, man. I'm gonna wait till probably about another 10 more people come on live. Yeah. I got it going on 3 different pages, really 4. So we just want to wait till people come in. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I'm talking about. Tell the truth and shame the devil. We're going to do some talking on here, people. And of course, the lines are open. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right. Carla D. Johnson. All right. Angela B. Winfield. All right. Cassandra Clark. I see you. Peggy K. Birthday lady. Billy Kinslow. Happy birthday, Peggy. Deborah Liggins. What's up, Deborah? Tomorrow. All right. All right. All right. Don Tyson. Louis Ramsey. Keep doing your thing. I'm going to try my best, bro. Miss Emma Harris. Make sure you guys share the video. Larissa, what's going on? Hey, Martin G. Joe checking in from Chicago. Okay. The devil is a liar. Lynn Miller. Hey, Miss Lynn. Peggy, thank you. Sarah Smile. What's going on? Yeah, Nathan, they were sitting downtown getting out of control, watching on Fox News. Hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. See, they got a plan for these black people. They got a plan for us. And I don't think it's a good plan either. I tell you. You really don't. Maisha Head, what's up, Maisha? I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. Well, we're gonna get started. I got 49 people on one live and get started. I want you guys to listen to an audio I want to play. And it's about 7 minutes. I'm probably wind up playing it twice because people gonna come in and and say what's going on. So I'm gonna play this audio. I need you guys to listen. Listen for me. This is by Neely Fuller.
Of the ship, I will come and look down the hatch, and I'll say it's just about feeding time, but we don't have enough food because I'm gonna see to it.
Hold on. There we go. Let's go.
It's like on a slave ship, which is what the whole world is. See, if I'm the captain of the ship, I will come and look down the hatch, and I'll say it's just about feeding time, but we don't have enough food because I'm gonna see to it it's not enough food. But we got about 40 of them down there. So I'm going to throw just enough food down there for 20. That's how they do it. That's how they do it all over where we are. Georgia Avenue, wherever you find black people. That's how they do it. They hand out the goodies, but it ain't enough. And what's going to happen when you throw enough food for 20 people in the hold of a ship where it's 40 people? You got a good fight going, right? That's why black people can't stand each other. Over a period of years, we spent all our time fighting each other for whatever is thrown down that hatch. And Massa up there on the deck is just cracking his sides. Look at him. See, it ain't rocket science. Now, what do we do about it? First thing about it, we have to know that this is what's going on. And don't get caught in that trap. They even got us bragging about it, West Coast gangs and all like that. All about doing harm to other black people. It's a part of our culture. When we join a gang, that's what we're really talking. Hey, we're not joining no gang to go and fight some white folks over there in the suburbs. We joined a gang fighting people over there 3 blocks away. Same boys we was raised up with. But their mama just moved few blocks because she got put out down here, not paying the rent because she didn't have no money. She didn't have no money because she didn't have anybody to help her support her, so she had to move down there. That's ain't no difference between him and me, except now he's 3 blocks down the street. But all of a sudden he's a stranger because I very seldom see him, and all he got to do is step on my foot and he got a fight going. Now I got to go get my brothers and my gang and whatnot. See, and the white supremacists say, these people don't even know how we do what we do. That's why we are masters of the world. So what do? Codification is all about what you do about something. You know this. We are all full of poison. I'm saying non-white people on this planet, we're loaded with it. What I mean by poison? Animosity toward each other. Yes. And we should stop lying and saying how much we love each other. It ain't true. I don't care how many marches we go to. We do not love each other and we do not love ourselves. And it takes too long to get in that frame of mind. So what do you do in the meantime? You minimize conflict. That's how I wrote it in the book. How do you minimize conflict? By minimizing contact. The only reason I am standing in this room this evening talking is because I'm trying to talk about something constructive. Anytime I start thinking about something that might be destructive, first thing I'm supposed to do is get away from you. See, if I want to do some kind of destructive stuff, I go and sit down in front of a whole bunch of white people, and that does 2 things. It keeps me from acting real quick without thinking. Because see, they know how to put a hurting on you real fast, and we know that. That's why we like hiding in the ghetto. See, it's just certain places we ain't going because we know we'll get hurt, and we know it ain't nobody coming to our rescue because there ain't nobody that got that kind of muscle. All our little gangs put together ain't got as much muscle as these people. Just a handful of them. Just show up. Don't take but a handful. They don't even have to do nothing. Just show up. What's going on here? Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden. See, we know whose chest to get into with both feet. You know, as long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Do you think that the power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women are regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world and mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job.
Listen.
See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't take no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years. Guys shooting up drugs in it and whatnot. Kids running through it playing cowboy. It's just a big old empty building. You don't own it. So nobody could take it from you because you didn't own it. See, we always talk about this is the hood. Don't own 2 feet of nothing around there. See, white people go where they please. Black people go where they are sent. That includes me. Right. I can't live nowhere on this planet except where they assign me. And I don't know any black people that do. You just go and, hey, this looks like a pretty nice place, and just start taking the boards off the place. I'm going to set up a store in here. No, you're going to talk to somebody, and that somebody going to be white. Right. Sooner or later, a white guy's going to come up here, hey, buddy, what are you doing in my place? Well, it's been boarded up for years. I figured it didn't belong to nobody. All belongs to somebody. And you have to move out of here, buddy. Well, y'all ain't using it for nothing. Don't make no difference. It's mine. Don't let me catch you in here no more. I'm going to put these boards back up here, and they better not be missing again. Or you're going to have to answer to me. And you're not able to. So shut up. That's the way they talk all over the world, and they mean it. And they can back it up, because they got the muscle. I don't care who it is, Saddam Hussein, I don't care how many statues you build of yourself. You can pull them all down in about 5 minutes. How many gang signs you put on it, not only erase your sign, they take down the wall that the sign is on. And then if you don't like it, take you. Give you 50 years in the lockup being a little girl with your masculine self. Okay? In their lockup. Oh, you talking about the greatest power on this earth. And we know it, but we like to pretend that we don't.
All right, y'all heard that. That was deep. That was deep. That was deep. That was Neely Fuller. My goodness, that was deep. I want to play another little segment of that. And this is what's he said this years ago, and this is what's going on right now today. Right now, I think it was around 4 or something.
Handful. You don't even have to do nothing. Just show up. What's going on here? Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden. So
listen to people.
We know whose chest to get into with both feet. As long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Do you think that the power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women are regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world and mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job.
Listen.
See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't take no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years. Guys shooting up drugs in it and whatnot. Kids running through it playing cowboy. It's just a big old empty building. You don't own it. So nobody could take it from you because you didn't own it. See, we always talk about this is the hood. Don't own 2 feet of nothing around there. See, white people go where they please. Black people go where they're sent. That includes me. Right. I can't live nowhere on this planet except where they assign me. And I don't know any black people that do.
I'm gonna hold it right there. All right. Wow, he said a lot of things, people. A lot of things. I need some callers. If you want to hear, I need a reaction from that. I need to hear a reaction. This is deep. I'm gonna play that. Go back to the 4-minute mark again and play that. Listen, people, this is real. This was, man. He been said this. This brother was deep. He been said this. All right, listen, real close.
Show up. What's going on here?
Listen.
Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden.
Listen to this.
See, we know whose chest to get into with both feet. As long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Do you think that the power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women are regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world and mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job. See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't taking no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years. Guys shooting up drugs in it and whatnot. Kids running through it playing cowboy. It's just a big old empty building. You don't own it. So nobody could take it from you because you didn't own it. See, we always talk about this is the hood. Don't own 2 feet of nothing around there. See, white people go where they please. Black people go where they're sent. That includes me. Right. I can't live nowhere on this planet except where they assign me. And I don't know any black people that do. You just go and, hey, this looks like a pretty nice place, and just start taking the boards off the place. I'm going to set up a store in here. No, you're going to talk to somebody, and that somebody going to be white. Right. Sooner or later, a white guy's going to come up here. Hey, buddy, what are you doing in my place? Well, it's been boarded up for years. I figured it didn't belong to nobody. It all belongs to somebody. And you have to move out of here, buddy. Well, y'all ain't using it for nothing. Don't make no difference. It's mine. Don't let me catch you in here no more. I'm going to put these boards back up here, and it better not be missing again. Or you're going to have to answer to me. And you're not able to. So shut up. That's the way they talk all over the world, and they mean it. And they can back it up, because they got the muscle.
Listen.
I don't care who it is, Saddam Hussein. I don't care how many statues you build of yourself. They can pull them all down in about 5 minutes. How many gang signs you put on it? They not only erase your sign, they take down the wall that the sign is on. And then if you don't like it, take you. Give you 50 years in the lockup being a little girl. with your masculine self. Okay? In their lockup. Oh, you talking about the greatest power on this earth.
All right. Man, that brother. Whew, whew. People, I need somebody to call in. That brother went deep there. Somebody need to see this, hear this. Deep. I mean, deep. I got comments, people down in the comments. Deep, deep. I played it. I'm going to go back for those just tune in. I'm going to go back at the 4-minute mark and just listen. I just want this to resonate with you guys. This is how they think, people. This is a game that they're playing. And we're the victims of this game that they're playing. All right, listen up.
Just show up. What's going on here? Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden. See,
listen,
we know whose chest to get into with both feet. You know, as long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Listen to this question. Listen.
The power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world and mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job. See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't take no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years. Guys shooting up drugs in it and whatnot. Kids running through it playing cowboy. It's just a big old empty building. You don't own it. So nobody could take it from you because you didn't own it. See, we always talk about this is the hood. Don't own 2 feet of nothing around there. See, white people go where they please. Black people go where they're sent. That includes me. Right. I can't live nowhere on this planet except where they assign me. And I don't know any black people that do. You just go and, hey, this looks like a pretty nice place, and just start taking the boards off the place. I'm going to set up a store in here. No, you're going to talk to somebody, and that somebody going to be white. Right. Sooner or later, a white guy's going to come up here. Hey, buddy, what are you doing in my place? Well, it's been boarded up for years. I figured it didn't belong to nobody. It all belongs to somebody. And you have to move out of here, buddy. Well, y'all ain't using it for nothing. Don't make no difference. It's mine. Don't let me catch you in here no more. I'm going to put these boards back up here, and they better not be missing again. Or you're going to have to answer to me. And you're not able to. So shut up. That's the way they talk all over the world, and they mean it. And they can back it up, because they got the muscle. I don't care who it is, Saddam Hussein, I don't care how many statues you build of yourself. They can pull them all down in about 5 minutes. How many gang signs you put on it, not only a racial sign, they take down the wall that the sign is on. And then if you don't like it, take you. Give you 50 years in the lockup being a little girl with your masculine self. Okay? In their lockup. Oh, you talking about the greatest power on this earth. And we know it, but we like to pretend that we don't. Just like on a...
All right, people. That's deep. I need some callers. 872. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right, people. I need some callers. I definitely need some callers. This is deep. Let's talk about this. This was said years ago. Years ago, people. years ago. The brother went deep on us. I played it 4 or 5 times. The brother went deep. He went deep on us. Deep. Well, I'm going to let y'all hear a little part at the beginning, too, what he said, too, as well, because I like this part, too, when he first came on.
Slave ship.
Listen to this. Slave ship. Hold
It's
on.
like on a slave ship, which is what the whole world is. See, if I'm the captain of the ship, I will come and look down the hatch, and I'll say, it's just about feeding time. But we don't have enough food, because I'm going to see to it it's not enough food. But we got about 40 of them down there. So I'm going to throw just enough food down there for 20. That's how they do it. That's how they do it all over where we are. Georgia Avenue, wherever you find black people. That's how they do it. They hand out the goodies, but it ain't enough. And what's going to happen when you throw enough food for 20 people in the hold of a ship where it's 40 people? You got a good fight going, right? That's why black people can't stand each other. Over a period of years, we spent all our time fighting each other for whatever is thrown down that hatch. And Massa up there on the deck is just cracking his sides. Look at him. See, it ain't rocket science. Now, what do we do about it? First thing about it, we have to know that this is what's going on. And don't get caught in that trap.
Hold on, Carl. Here I come.
They even got us bragging about it, you know. West Coast gangs and all like that. All about doing harm to other black people.
Listen.
It's a part of our culture. When we join a gang, that's what we're really talking. Hey, we're not joining no gang to go to fight some white folks in, over there in the suburbs.
Coming to you.
We joined a gang fighting people over there 3 blocks away. Same boys we was raised up with. But their mama just moved a few blocks because she got put out down here. Not paying the rent because she didn't have no money. She didn't have no money because she didn't have anybody to help her support her. You know, so she had to move down there. That's ain't no difference between him and me, except now he's 3 blocks down the street. But all of a sudden he's a stranger, because I very seldom see him. You know, and all he got to do is step on my foot, and he got a fight going. Now I got to go get my brothers and my gang and whatnot. See, and the white supremacists say these people don't even know how we do what we do. That's why we are masters of the world. So what do? Codification is all about what you do about something. You know this. We are all full of poison.
Listen.
I'm saying the non-white people on this planet, we're loaded with it. What I mean by poison, animosity toward each other.
Yes.
And we should stop lying and saying how much we love each other. It ain't true. I don't care how many marches we go to. We do not love each other, and we do not love ourselves, and it takes too long to get in that frame of mind. So what do you do in the meantime? You minimize conflict. That's how I wrote it in the book. How do you minimize conflict? By minimizing contact.
Hold it right there. Okay, caller. I'm sorry, caller. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Martin. This is Stock King. How you doing, Martin?
Well, how you doing, brother?
All right, sir. Yeah, I was listening to it like a couple times, and first of all, it's a good thing you got going on tonight. And I think part of it starts with us as a people, like our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
These people are who they are. They've always been that way. But I think if we change the mindset in terms of ownership, we don't have nothing that we own in our communities. It has to start with that. These people get the money, come into our communities, and they take it out.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Is it really our community and we don't own anything though? That's what the brother talked about.
Yeah.
Here's a bandit storefront that been in the community for years. Here a brother go in there, open up and put something in there, and here come the white people say, hey, what you doing, sir? Is it really our community?
Yeah, if we stand there as our community, we come together and learn business and ownership, yeah.
Well,
just the same way that they come.
Well, I'm looking at it like this. If we don't own nothing, okay, take the projects. I don't know if you're from the city of Chicago, if you know about the projects. Now, each project had their own gang, right, gang signs, and he made a statement like, okay, well, what they do, they'll take the sign off the wall. They'll take the whole wall down. Now, as powerful as these gangs were in the city of Chicago, they took them down. They brought them down to their knees. They brought them down to their knees. That's what they did here. And I tell black brothers, I don't care if you MC, GD, BD, Stone, or Vice Lord. And no disrespect to nobody tribe out there. They locking us all up. Nobody gets a pass. Yeah. Nobody gets a pass from the police. They're locking us all up. And they sitting back.
I don't think we're even trying to get these communities, trying to buy things in these communities and make changes. I just don't. I don't think people can stop us if we really want to do it.
My point is, they really not our community. It's a place that we just live because we don't own anything in these communities. We don't
but why aren't we owning it, Mark?
Yeah, but that's a big question. I need that for y'all educated people and all y'all smart business people.
Right.
I need you guys to, all these people that out here that say they so highly intelligent, educated, I'm better than them, I'm better than those. Help us get out of this situation we in. Help us.
I don't think one has to be so educated in this and that to own property and own land and own businesses. Mm-hmm. Now you might have to be to maintain it.
Okay.
But I mean, they own a Cadillac, right?
Yeah.
They go out and buy cars in Louis, right?
Right.
So we all, I mean, we just had this with the COVID and the recessions and this and that stuff. These are the times that you buy these properties.
Right.
These are the times that Warren Buffett and all these people, Bernard Arnault, who own Louis Vuitton, these are the times that they gain the most of their wealth during these struggling times. Mm-hmm. I think it's our mindset. And we're giving these white folks too much credit.
Okay.
We just are.
Well, I'll say this. Not only giving them credit, but we working right into their demise. I'll say,
I agree.
You know what somebody told me today? I've talked to a sister. She said, Martin, black men feel oppressed, depressed, because another man control his finance. Ain't that something? Here you are, got a nice, beautiful home.
How is it?
Hold it. I'm going to tell you right now, brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you right now. Let me finish here out. You work for me. I'm the white man. You work for Ford. Just say Ford, whatever one of Fortune 5 countries. Corporations. Listen, I control your finance because I have the power to cut you off or keep you going. I have that power over you as me being your employer. And that could be.
Do you control my mindset?
No, I don't control your mindset, but I have an effect. I have an effect on your mind because you looking at your beautiful children, and if you know that if you don't go to work and bring that income out, just about everything that you work for is going to be gone because some man got control of your finance.
I understand that, and I hear you, and I disagree with it.
Okay, no problem. We disagree on this show.
Yeah, and I want to say this to you because I don't know how much time I have, but I'm new to YouTube in terms of I'm new to it. But I came from Chicago. I live in Dallas, got land. Just came back from the Philippines. I travel.
Okay.
So I'm willing to put up scholarships, whatever we got to do to help some of these children. I'm willing. I'll work with you. I'll give you my number. We can work together just to try to help the community in terms of and that way, because we got to change the children's mindset.
Yes, sir.
That's where it's starting to me.
Yes,
instead
sir.
of always having a problem for them, I'm willing to help you or whoever with a solution.
Yeah, that's what
I'll put my money up front for the children that are trying for school or whatever.
And you know what? And listen,
I can. This is my number right here, the 808 that you see.
I got it. I see it. You got to say it out loud.
Yes, sir.
Keep numbers private. I know exactly who you are.
I'm just saying because I want man, you got a good platform to me.
Yeah.
And if we can help, then let's help.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Everybody got a role to play. My job and my duty is to bring the information out. Now, as the scripture says, one plant, one water, and God gives the increase. So we all have a role in this. We all have a role in this. And you heard the brothers say, they telling us that these people are taking your job, but they had already promised them, if you come over here, we got work for you. It's a game. Hold on, brother. Let me get another caller real quick because they've been holding on. I'm sorry,
Yes, sir.
callers.
I'm with you.
8371. Go ahead, caller. 8371.
How you doing, Brother Martin?
All right, go ahead.
Brother 10 Speed.
Hey, 10 Speed, how you doing?
Brother. Oh, good morning. I kind of got in late, but I had to listen to it over and over again, listen to what that man was saying. That brother kicked it real deep. He got so deep that he just gave more of a global perspective as to what is really going on. It is true. We don't have experiences. We're just the side of the town where black people live. That's the truth. Because in the neighborhood that we live in, we don't own anything. There's no business there. So we're just living on that side of the town, whether it's the south side or the west side. When it comes to opportunities of ownership, no, we don't own anything. Because like you said, they can take those houses, take those business, they could tear them down, or they could put something else right there. We don't own it. And from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, I believe there is a bigger plan to bring other folks in to start some type of war. Because remember, the white folks are now, they're saying 2040. I believe right now they are really the minority. And they don't want us to know about it. So the plot is to get us to be at war with one another, so it gives them time to get bigger again. In other words, it gives them some time. Now, as black folks, we're very upset as to the migrants come in here and we sit in our communities, and this is something brand new to us. It is brand new to the city. But there is a bigger plan. But the thing that really caught my eye when I thought about it, I said, you know what, listen, this didn't really happen until the Democrats took full control. It's like no matter what goes on, and I'm not saying, I'm going to put it like it is politics. No matter what goes on, it's like the Democrats just keep throwing things in our face. First, they want to help the Pacific Asian, help this and help that. But with the black person in the metropolitan area, they say, okay, we're going to, but they never helped us. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Now, I'm on the west side. I had to flood. Many people on this block had to flood. When I went to FEMA, they said, well, hey, listen, your appliance is not of everyday use. It's in your basement and things that nature right there. So we're going to deny you. So FEMA's claiming to give out $125 million, but what are the area codes out west where they're giving this money to black folks? This money here is going to other people. And as soon as black people realize that we have no friends in no particular party, there's nothing period, and that it's always something against us, we realize that we got to start investing into ownership of where we live. Now, how do we get the money? I don't know. But we're going to have to turn the black side of town to the black community. We never had a black community, ever. We just lived. I've been in this house since 1967. In 68, I've been in this house. My birth in this house. And I'm watching all the families I see leave. I'm looking at all immigrants moving to the buildings.
Hold it right there, brother.
Amazed me.
Hold it right there. Let us get somebody else. You can stay on the 10 speed. Hold it. And
Okay,
the brother gave us a blueprint. He got land and stuff like that. That's what we need. Land. But see, let me go to this next caller. 6970. Okay. 6970. Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's my partner. Hey, partner.
As usual.
Hey,
you know what? This right here really hit me hard because I was thinking as the guy was speaking, it's my first time ever hearing that before. But you know what? We don't own anything. Here's the question. Here's the other thing. We don't have a plan. Yeah. We don't have a purpose. And we don't have a will to own anything. Yeah. What we will accept is for someone else to come into a community that we call home and allow them to set up shop and we shop with them. All the while, we're talking about our community and we're pointing the finger at someone else to save us from us. I couldn't help but think of the elephant. And I see the elephant in us as a people. And I'm talking about the circus elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around with that rope around its neck because it's been programmed and trained from birth that you can't break this rope. Now, everybody knows that that little rope around that elephant's neck has no power. And that's who we are. We point the finger. You got the black man. He points the finger at the black woman. It's the woman's fault. Then you got the black woman. She points the finger back at the black man. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
And then we take it even further. And now you got the black woman pointing it back at the black woman and the black man pointing it back at each other. So we running around here in the wilderness in a land that ain't even ours, calling it home, pointing the fingers at each other with a rope tied around our neck, trying to figure out how did we get here. When the real truth of the matter is that we so close to greatness, that we so close up on it that we can't see it. So how do we see? We got to step back a minute. Because truth of the matter is that we got everything we need. The brother said, I got 5 on it. Another brother say, well, I got a pen and a piece of paper on it. Another sister say, I can cook a meal while y'all playing. All we got to do is come together.
That's it.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we come together, let's forget everything that we was taught. Let's erase this story and start writing our own stories. And then I'm gonna go one step up and I can step on some toes, even though we're talking about us as a black people, because we can only start at home. So that's why I started here. But then we can't get too consumed in race, because guess what? If you're a Caucasian, if you're a Mexican, if you this and the third, and you got something that can help me, help others, bring it here. And I can't get too caught up in the political arena, because we talking about the Democrats. I mean, what you call them? Democrats versus Republicans, whatever the case may be. Hello, but I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay, all right. We're going to the next caller. Okay, 8663. Go ahead, caller. 8663. The last 4 digits of your phone number, caller. 8663. Okay. Well, I'll go to the next caller. 6965. I know you there. I just heard you. 6965. Last
hey,
4 digits.
Mark,
Come
how
on.
are you?
Good.
Hey, Mark,
Hey,
I just want to say this. I want to make a statement.
come on with it.
Now, all the business in the community, I'm just going to say, like the nail shops and the stores, the little side stores, suffocate them, force them out. You've done it before because I saw it. Stop doing business with them and do what we need to do.
That's
Because
it.
without us, our money, they can't survive, because I've seen it done with some of the activists.
Yeah. Hold it, sister, right there. 808. Let me tell you something. I want to say this to you.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this to you. This sister, what she just said is real. But the only way we can act, now, this is what I want to say to all of you guys on the panel. This is what it slipped my mind.
Yes, sir.
I was told, I haven't done a research, back in the 70s, maybe the early 80s, that the Koreans was offered loans on the contingent as you only could set up businesses in the black community from the government. They offered them loans. Now, is that true? I can't say yay and I can't say no because I have not done no research on it. I don't like to really put things out there like that if I haven't done any research, but it sounds logical. So I'm saying we all have to be hands in. But what I'm finding out, 808, a lot of black people in the city of Chicago, you up with all that killing and shooting. You up with it. You glorifying it through the video games, through the music that you dance with, your language, your talk. You up with it. And you wonder why our young teenagers don't listen to us. Because they have no respect for us. There's nothing to respect. They are not the children of the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. They're the children of the 2000s. And they're not going to take what we took off the white supremacists. I'm saying that. Go ahead, my dear sister. I just had to say that 6965. Go ahead. I want to play something else. Go ahead, my sister.
And then another thing, and I'm going to let you go. When they tore down those projects, we lived more in unity. We lived in unity. They may have fought each other, but when they called the truth, all the leaders came together and said, stop. Stop. And they stopped. So now all the projects are gone. We can't cohabitate with each other. We can't do it. I mean, it's right, like you said. They think 20 years ahead.
Mm-hmm. And we got to have a plan.
We think for today, and they thought this out 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They just going according to plan.
Listen to this, sister. Y'all listen to this again. I know y'all heard it, but listen to this.
The only reason I am standing in this room this evening talking is because I'm trying to talk about something constructive. Anytime I start thinking about something that might be destructive, first thing I'm supposed to do is get away from you. See, if I want to do some kind of destructive stuff, I go and sit down among a whole bunch of white people, and that does two things. It keeps me from acting real quick without thinking. Because, see, they know how to put a hurting on you real fast, and we know that. That's why we like hiding in the ghetto. See, it's just certain places we ain't going because we know we'll get hurt. And we know it ain't nobody coming to our rescue because there ain't nobody that got that kind of muscle. You know, all our little gangs put together ain't got as much muscle as these people. Just a handful of them. Just show up. Don't take with a handful. You don't even have to do nothing. Just show up. What's going on here? Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden. See, we know whose chest to get into with both feet. You know, as long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Do you think that the power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women are regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world and mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job. See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't taking no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years. Guys shooting up drugs in it and whatnot. Kids running through it playing cowboy. It's just a big old empty building. You don't own it. So nobody could take it from you because you didn't own it. See, we always talk about this is the hood. Don't own 2 feet of nothing around there. See, white people go where they please. Black people go where they're sent. That includes me. Right. I can't live nowhere on this planet except where they assign me. And I don't know any black people that do. You just go and, hey, this looks like a pretty nice place, and just start taking the boards off the place. I'm going to set up a store in here. No, you're going to talk to somebody, and that somebody going to be white. Right. Sooner or later, a white guy's going to come up here. Hey, buddy, what are you doing in my place? Well, it's been boarded up for years. I figured it didn't belong to nobody. It all belongs to somebody. And you have to move out of here, buddy. Well, y'all ain't using it for nothing. Don't make no difference. It's mine. Don't let me catch you in here no more. I'm going to put these boards back up here, and it better not be missing again. Or you're going to have to answer to me. And you're not able to. So shut up. That's the way they talk all over the world, and they mean it. And they can back it up, because they got the muscle. I don't care who it is, Saddam Hussein, I don't care how many statues you build of yourself. They can pull them all down in about 5 minutes. How many gang signs you put on it, they not only erase your sign, they take down the wall that the sign is on. And then if you don't like it, take you. Give you 50 years in the lockup being a little girl with your masculine self. Okay? In their lockup. Oh, you talking about the greatest power on this earth.
All right, people. Go ahead, 808. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead, brother. I just had to keep putting it in our mind so we can get it. Get us stirred up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say what you want to say.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is what I want to say, Mr. Mike.
Yes.
They have their plan. We get that.
Yes.
That they have their plan for us. What I can bring to the table to work with you or whoever, I'm good with stocks in terms of dividends and stuff like that.
Right.
I can a scholarship for these children, whatever. Show them how to do it. They just, like the sister said earlier, we need a path. So we can't sit around and be worried about what they're doing. They're going to do what they do. They've always done it. They always got a plan against us. You know this. Right? And like the one sister said, they plan is 20 years in advance. But how are we going to combat it? When they see us working together, that's what's going to change some things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I'm seeing it. I can work with you. I can work with whoever. I just don't have the platform because I'm new to it.
Right.
But I don't mind putting up something to help the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
We might not have on this and on that, but I think it's the knowledge that we're missing on certain things. It's where our time is going.
Mm-hmm.
What are we putting the time into?
Yeah, that's true.
So we dancing, singing, entertaining.
Yeah,
like the sister said, we like the elephant, with the ring. We're being toyed with our whole time. We're being toyed with. So me and you, I wouldn't mind working with somebody, man, just to set a path. I think you got a good platform to help us get a path going for these younger generation. Yeah, they shoot, they doing this and doing that. But if we can get a few saved, we can change some things, man. I just can see it.
I believe that. I believe that. That's why, listen, brother, I'm not giving up. Let me go to the next caller real quick. 0152. Go ahead, new caller.
That's me, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Go ahead, Marcus.
I heard that, and the part I didn't like about it is, even though he's speaking the truth, it's almost like he's saying we're powerless. And we're not powerless if we come together.
Correct.
Because look at what Martin Luther King and all of them did when they came together. These people had the bombs, they had the weapons, true and all. But one thing Martin Luther King said, they know how to handle violence, but they don't know how to handle nonviolence. And I think a lot of Black people missed that powerful word that he actually said. You got to fight the snake on the level of the eagle. The eagle can't beat the snake on his turf where he can find leverage. You got to go up higher where the snake ain't got no leverage to fight with the eagle, and you can beat them. But in order for us to beat this enemy, these demonic people who don't have a soul, who don't have no remorse, who think that they are God, and got us hanging this picture of what God looks like in our houses. In order for us to beat them, we must unify. And you got a lot of older, elderly people who misguide these young people, who put the dope in their hands, who put the guns in their hands. And it ain't about the single mother or the single father. They come from all type of family. We have got to unify, and we've got to teach our children how to fight this enemy, because right now they think it's all dandy and this is in the history books, and they don't realize that they're being put back in slavery right in front of their very eyes. And ain't no Abe Lincoln to free them this time.
Martin, can I say something? I'm going to let you go.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Remember in Malcolm X movie when a young man had got hurt or shot and they went to the hospital and Martin said, Malcolm said, we're not moving until we know our brother okay? What did that policeman say? That's too much power for one man to have.
Yep.
Didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's about power as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go back and do like the Million Man March or something like that. I think we can make some stuff happen, but we got to suffocate what's in our neighborhood, like the business that's not black. Cut them off, cut their water off, stop doing business with them. How will they flourish? They need us, and they know that. And we, like you said, it's the mindset. We keep on. I don't get my nails and all the extra stuff. Not because I can't, because I've been treated. Do me wrong, I'm done with you. So all we need to do is just suffocate them out. They cannot thrive without us. Period. They can't thrive. They can't do it. Instead of opening these little small food stores and just getting the money.
Okay. Hold it right there, sister.
Cut them off. Just cut them off, cut their water off. They will be forced out.
Hold it right there.
It's like on a slave ship, which is what the whole world is. See, if I'm the captain of the ship, I will come and look down the hatch, and I'll say, it's just about feeding time, but we don't have enough food, because I'm going to see to it it's not enough food. But we got about 40 of them down there. So I'm going to throw just enough food down there for 20. That's how they do it. That's how they do it all over where we are. Georgia Avenue, wherever you find black people. That's how they do it. They hand out the goodies, but it ain't enough. And what's going to happen when you throw enough food for 20 people in the whole of a ship where it's 40 people? You got a good fight going, right? That's why black people can't stand each other. Over a period of years, we spend all our time fighting each other for whatever is thrown down that hatch.
All right. Now, did y'all get that? Did you?
Yeah, I get that I get everything he's saying.
Explain that to me then.
I get everything he's saying.
Explain it to me.
You know what, Martin?
Go ahead, Vera.
If I could add something here, and I meant to say something about that earlier. That brother said they know that it's 40 people, but they only gonna throw enough food for 20. And we won't use the common sense to say, well, if you throw enough for 20, then we're going to change. We're going to change enough and make that enough so that we can all eat off of what we have.
We don't share. I agree.
And here's the other thing, because they even talk about a story in the Bible, regardless to who gave us that book, because I don't even argue about that. But they tell a story about how even Jesus fed a multitude with 2 fish and 5 barley loaves. So if Jesus could feed a multitude with 2 fish and 5 barley loaves, then we're here now to do a greater work. It's in the same Bible that they gave us. So if I'm here to do a greater work, and if you give me half of what I need, then I'm just going to change it so now that can feed everybody and we got some left over. And that's the illusion, because we so busy trying to outdo each other when we really need to feed off of each other. I often hear, oh, we ain't playing checkers, we playing chess. I'm not even playing chess no more. I'm tired of playing games. I'm going to master the board, let other folks play the game, and if we're going to do any game, let's go to Game of the Thrones. Let's just go to Hyper Race, because we can't continue to be conformed to this world. These folks was playing this game before we was even born into the game. So how you going to beat the game from the folks that made the game before you was even born into the game? You got to go on a higher level of understanding and tap into what you already got. Suppose what we looking for is who we are. That's why you don't even have to have everybody. Because when you try to get everybody, then you won't have nobody, because you only got to get the few that can think like you. Even in the Bible, they told us, they said many are called, but it's only a few that's chosen. What them chosen ones at? If that's making sense, what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to preach. I'm not even trying to teach, but I am reaching for the ones that can hear me and either understand or overstand what I'm saying, because we got the master key, Martin. Everybody just come to the table. The ones that's the few know what you coming to the table with. We ain't coming here with no negative energy. We not coming here with no ropes tied around our necks. We breaking all strongholds. We breaking all generational curses, and we taking what we got by force. And guess what? We ain't even got to hurt nobody to do it.
All right. Let me play another segment too. Thank you for the words, partner. This is where we at right now. This is where we at right now, people.
You don't even have to do nothing. Just show up. What's going on here? Now all them loud black people got quiet all of a sudden. See, we know whose chest to get into with both feet. You know, as long as it's us, we got no problem. We can handle us. Yes, sir.
Listen to this question.
Do you think that the power structure will switch from white supremacy to, let's say, Asiatic men, women are regaining their throne again?
No. That's the trick that they're pulling right now. They are bringing more and more non-white people from all over the world,
right now,
mixing them all up together, different languages and whatnot. And what they're doing, they're just getting another big gang fight started. They're going to stand back and watch the fight and control it all. See, that's what I was saying a while ago. Nobody can take your job. See, Pedro from Guatemala cannot take your job. He ain't take no job away from you. He was told when he was in Guatemala, come get this job. But the white supremacists will come and say, he took your job. No, he didn't. See, and they're doing the same thing with, you say, well, the Koreans taking over my neighborhood. No. First of all, who owned the neighborhood that you're in? You don't own that boarded up store over there. That store been boarded up for 10 years,
So I'm holding right there. See, and the purpose of me playing this is to get us in a new mindset. There's a game that's being played on us. It's being played on us. And we have to see it. Now, my question is to the audience, listening audience, what are we going to do? One brother said he got land. One sister probably said she can cook. You know, we have to do something, people. Now, we good at pointing out the problem. Now, it's another level of thinking to solve the problem. In order to solve problems, we have to ask ourselves a question. If we was in a position of power, what would we do if we want to keep some people down? We would lie to them. We would manipulate them. We would persecute them, put fear on them. We have to have the same mindset as them so we can know how to plan. So we know how to plan. So it's real, people. This is serious. This man said this years ago. What they tried. He saw this. He observed this. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. White people are so strategic and manipulative, the white supremacists, that they're gonna be dead in the grave and still running this country with their laws and everything. Few in numbers. I'm telling you, it's because they have a system. They have a system that's in play. They have a system that's in play. And we have to combat that system. And again, we don't need every black person 100% on board what we're trying to do. We just need enough. I always say the majority. But if you want to look at it from a biblical standpoint, Jesus turned the world upside down with 12 disciples, and one was a devil. So it can happen, people. The brother said it. Marcus said it. When the civil rights movement got together, they did a lot of things. We may not agree with everything the civil rights done, but they got some things accomplished without busting heads, without bloodshed. But let me say this to you. Freedom ain't free, people. When you got your own land like this brother, he can grow food. He can build on his land. He can do a lot of things. But when you don't own no land and when you don't own nothing, that's why I'm trying to get you guys to see that the community that we live in, we don't own nothing really. All the homeowners, they've been flushed out, dying out, losing their homes. They leaving it to their children. Their children take them about a year and a half to lose their home, back taxes. So this is real, people. This is like a class in session. What are we going to do? If this keep going, the brother said it's going to be a race war. That's what it's going to be. And I don't think we want that. I know I don't want that. When I say a race war, physical, shooting, killing, and all that, it's already a race war because we're competing against one another. So the asylum seekers that are coming over here, they don't care about our history. They are coming over here because they was promised something. If you notice, it's look like they're getting people from 18 to like maybe 36. When a military recruit, they want young minds, impressionable minds, young people. That's how they get out. So when America is going to these other countries, promising these people, they want young people. They need labor. They need labor. That's what it's all about. You don't see no villain Swains over here in the wheelchair or on crutches or barely can walk. They can't use them. They don't want that. That's a burden to them. You're a liability. Listen, people, I don't want to sound comical, And I'm not spewing out hate, racial hate or anything. I'm not about hate. But I have to tell us the truth. I have to tell us the truth. This is real, people. The brothers.
Martin,
Go ahead, sister.
can you tell us where you got that clip? And can we do some follow up for what's the gentleman?
Of course, I tell you who it is. It's Neely Fuller Jr. You can go to this page on YouTube. It's right on the screen.
Okay. What's his name again?
Neely Fuller Jr.
Okay.
He have a book out. Older man, he's still living. Hold on, since I got another caller. 5625. I think he was on already. Go ahead, caller.
No. This is my first time.
Oh, it's first time. Go ahead. What you have to say, caller?
I think you're right, because let me tell you, they done went to the news media and they complaining about their living status.
Do me a favor,
I'm talking
man.
about
Can you turn something down in your
I'm gonna
background?
turn it down right now.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down
Please,
right now.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So they went to the news media right now and complained about.
Go ahead.
They complain about living in the police station. They are complaining. They think that they are entitled to something.
They are, because they've been promised something.
They've been promised something.
They are.
Now, like you said, just pay attention. Now they said the immigrants, they've been treated like this and they've been treated like that because they was promised.
Now your phone breaking up, sister. Your signal's back. Come on. Put your mouth on your phone, because it's breaking up choppy.
You are absolutely, I'm just saying, you are absolutely right, because what reason would they have to go to the news media and complain about their living status? Not less that they was promised something and it ain't been done.
That's right. It's not been done fast enough.
That's why now
something,
the news media
Yes,
is
when she's
so
done
focused
talking, you can say
on
something.
how
Go ahead,
they
sister.
living.
Mm-hmm.
The news media is so focused on how they living because they are complaining.
If I told you, and I'm dating you, and you live in Arizona, I live in Chicago, and I told you, if you come here, I got you, you could stay with me. I got my own house and everything, and you don't have to work. And when you get here and take all your business in Arizona, you move and you relocate here in Chicago, it's taking me forever. I'm telling you now, you can't. Well, you have to live in the basement because my mom stays upstairs. Come to find out, I don't own a house. I don't have a job. I mean, so what I'm trying to parallel this to, they've told these migrants to come over here and we're going to do this for you. And the migrants know the weather is getting ready to get cold out here. Some of them came over here with their girlfriends, their little family. They don't want their family to be laying on no floor and all that. Hold on, let me pull up something before you talk. I want to pull up something. I want to show you guys something real quick. And I'm going to read it out.
But Mark, my statement is just confirming what you're saying, that they was promised something. Because now they didn't get what they was promised. Now they go on to the news media.
Okay. This is what the word migrant means. I looked it up. It says a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. All right. Now, listen to this. It said, what is the difference between an immigrant and migrants? All right. Let me bring that out. The word migrant refers to someone who moves to other places in search of work or better living conditions. The word immigrant refers to those who have moved to foreign countries permanently for work or better living conditions. It could be used both as a noun or an adjective. All right, so I looked up words. I'm like, because this word first it was illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, undocumented. They had all types. It's wordplay. And I told y'all, The purpose of them coming to this country is to serve the interests of the white man. And it's not the Democrats only behind this. Okay, it's the government behind this. All right. All right, go ahead. Who wants to say something? Go ahead, my sister. I think you want to say
They
something.
making all these cuts.
Go ahead.
Look at all these cuts they're about to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing it to facilitate the migrants.
Mm-hmm.
And they're cutting out programs to help Black people.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if there are any Black teenagers or Black young adult males who are listening to your show right now, hear this. They got a jail and a cemetery to put you in if you don't wake up and see what's going on in this country. This government does not care about Black people and never have cared about Black people. Because if they did, we wouldn't have to have a civil rights movement. Now they figure they got us at checkmate. Okay? That they got us, but it's up to the young men and women to stop smoking the dope, to stop smoking the weed, wake up and smell the coffee is brewing right in your face, and start to put your dukes up and fight. Because it's going to be a race war. They want it to be a race war.
Mm. And that's so unfortunate. Because at the end of the day, race, politics, and, you know, even when we start talking about this country and that country, we all in the same world. And when we look into history, and that just like the guy said, we talking, this is the slave ship, and everybody that's on it is on it. And the ones that's running it is running it. And everything else is a distraction. And it's not even real. If we are going to do anything to put a dent in what's going on, we can't be conformed to this whole world. And I really mean that. We have to tap into a higher level of consciousness and a higher level of thinking. And it's not pointing a finger at the immigrants talking about what they doing and how they doing it. Them people trying to survive. And if it was you and if it was me, we doing the same thing, trying to survive. I'm not pointing the finger at the white man. I'm not pointing the finger at the green man. I'm not pointing them fingers. Only fingers I'm pointing back is at me. What am I willing to do? And how am I going to do it? Because we all here on this earth until we die. And the funny part about it is don't none of us know the time of day nor the hour. So at the end of the day, what are we going to do now? So that even those that we leave behind, we leave them with at least a code number and a blueprint so that they can even do greater than we did. Other than that, we still losing the game because it's a worldly game and we ain't even here to play it. We can't play these people games.
What people you talking about, sister? You say you ain't pointing finger.
So when I say these people,
yeah.
When I say these people, and when I'm talking about the worldly and how we can't play these people games, I'm talking about the powers that be.
Well, there's only one power. It's the white people. There's only one power. It's the white people. They control everything. So you got to be talking about them because blacks ain't controlling nothing. Not in this country. Now, I don't know what they're doing in Africa, but not in this country. We know who the lion is in this country that's controlling the system. I'll say that. I boldly say that, my partner. I boldly say that because, see, it's not a Democrat and Republican thing. And I agree with you on that because they both are in on this. It's labor. I just read the definition to what it means, a migrant and all that. They're promising that migrants work when they come over to this country. And they're giving a jump start. Did you know that they give them $5,000 once they get placed, $200 a week, all meals and laundry, clean, and food? Did you know that? They're giving them a jump start. They got health benefits and everything. They're giving them a link card. So they are moving, but they're not moving fast enough for some of them migrants. And I was at Home Depot, I believe it was on yesterday or day before yesterday, where all the Venezuelans and they had a few Frenchmen, black Frenchmen. They was on one side and the Mexicans was on the other side. There was a separation between the Mexicans at Home Depot and the Venezuelans and the Frenchmen. And they was out there looking for work. Looking for work.
Like always.
Right. So what I'm saying is, to my beautiful sisters and my brothers, there's no such thing as blacks don't want to work. That's a lie. That's a propaganda. Nope. That is a lie. Blacks do work. We're not going to work for slave labor. And I'm going to tell you, it's no good feeling working for another man that have control over your finance and that you know that already don't even like you and don't care for your existence. That's not a good feeling. A man walked up to me and Mr. Jamal Green doing a protest in Mount Greenwood. White man, young man. He said, we are the lawyers, the doctors, attorneys, the police. And he spoke in code. So he let us know, you guys can't win. We are everything. They have the power. I was in the flea market probably about 10 years ago in Robinson, Illinois. Maybe 8, maybe 10. And I'm black power. I'm just getting in this woke movement and, talking all black power. One little short white guy used to buy from me all the time. No racist. He used to buy a lot of antiques from me. He said, it'd never be a revolution. And I looked at him, I'm like, what you talking about? He said, we control the food. Now that brother that talked earlier, that got that land, he got the answer. He said, we control the food. If you put a pig or a cow in front of the average urban youth or adult, they wouldn't know what to do with it. They wouldn't know where to slice it, how to cut it, or what. If you give them seeds to grow, the average youth, the teenager, and adult, they wouldn't even know where to start. That's how much so that we are dependent on the white power structure. We are codependent on them to do everything for us. I'm going to go a little further than that. We are not the people like our ancestors. Well, what are you trying to say, Martin? A lot of us young men, we don't know how to change a tire. We don't know how to change a tire on a bike. We don't know how to do nothing with our hands. And a lot of that it goes back to the mom. We spoiling these young boys. We buying them everything that we didn't have instead of teaching them everything we didn't know. We're not making men out of these young men. We have to do that. Sometimes we have to. Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say, not just the moms, but the men who walk out on their sons.
Yes.
Knowing that those are their sons. They're responsible for that too. A woman doesn't know how to change a tire, but a man does. And the men on the block should step up for the young men who don't have fathers. But in this day and age, they can't do that because the chances of them being accused of being a pedophile is very high now. So,
and I want to beg to differ. We got a lot of women changing tires.
I was just about to say that.
Changing tires, laying tile, driving trucks because we got to do it by any means necessary. This is a great conversation.
Yes.
And we got some extremely intelligent people on the call.
Yes.
And I'm motivated. I'm mad, M-A-D, motivated and determined to even do more. All we need is a few to come together. And guess what? We ain't even got to do it on these people apps. We could literally put the pen and the paper together. I done already started writing. I guarantee. I challenge anybody to say, Vera, send me a business plan. I challenge you to hit me in my inbox or hit my partner. Don't even hit me. Say Martin. Hit Martin G. Johnson, my partner, and say, tell Vera send me a business plan on XYZ. I guarantee you I have it for you in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we put too much out there on platforms, and the platforms are nothing but collected data. So I agree with her that not on these apps, they know our every move because everything we want to put it on social media and be seen.
Well, let me just say
you
this.
You too much out there.
Let me say this. A lot of our codes was put in music, until they took the industry over and made that drill music and a lot of other music, that garbage music, put out there, paying big dollars. You take a little poor man from the neighborhood and offer him $100,000, $200,000, he gonna dance to your music. That's why a lot of people in Egypt couldn't. They were so caught up in Pharaoh's wealth. All we need is the basic, and that's each other. We don't have to have design of this and design of that, or these brand new cars and stuff like that. We can make sacrifices. People running around here with these high-end cars and thinking you making the white people mad. You're not making them mad. They made the car. They can make another one and sold it to you. Who face you think that's on the dollar bill? It's their faces. They are the ones that determine if the money, the brother in the stocks, he know whether the market's gonna go up or down.
Yes,
they
sir.
Control that.
Yes, sir.
That's the brother. That's my witness right there. They control.
Yes,
It's their system. The brother learned how to play in their system.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir. Mark.
Yes.
Remember when I read this? Harriet freed the slaves.
Okay.
Do you remember they said she made them French braids, those braids in those people's head? It was a cold.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. Yeah. But don't you remember this? But don't you remember this? She could have freed more if only they knew that they were slaves.
Exactly.
So see, listen, black people here in America, this is their mindset. White people on top and black people on the bottom. It's always going to be like that. That's the mindset that they have. I'll give you black people and white people mindset. When white people look at a map, they don't see Colorado, Ohio, none of that. They look at the map as everything is theirs. Black people look at a map and they look at lines and stuff like that. So it's two different mindsets there. Now you got two college students, one white and one black. One has a mindset, I'm going to be good in my class and I'm going to come out and I'm work for a Fortune 500. I'm going to be good. And the other one have the mindset, hey, I'm going to own the company. There's two different mindsets, but yet they're in the same classroom. So it's a mind game that's being played. We have to free our minds, people. And we got to stop listening. We got to stop being in denial, people. We got to call it what it is. We are powerless until we come together and work together. The black woman is nothing without the black man. The black man is nothing without the black woman. And those of you that's in an alternative lifestyle, you are black first. You're not gay first, you black first. Then you're gay. In that order. Because even by you being gay, you have an opportunity to be straight. But if you're black, you have no other opportunity but to be black. That's it. You can't change it. So,
Martin, I recently went back and read the Constitution. I don't know how long it's been. I'm going from a political, which I don't like to really get off into politics. But I read the Constitution. I really actually kind of did a little studying. Certainly enlighten you as well.
I ain't understand nothing you said, my sister. All I heard was Constitution, and that's all. I'm sorry.
I read it. I went back and read the Constitution as an adult.
Oh, okay.
Like you define those two words,
Okay.
migrant and immigrant.
Yeah.
When I read it as an adult to understand,
Okay.
it's a lot of things in perspective from myself.
Okay. Well, let me ask
How
you.
this world is operating.
Okay. Hold it. Let me go back to.
May I say something to Mr. Martin?
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to come to you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I think it's information too that we lack. Like when
Yes,
I'm
sir.
talking about the land, I got this about 5 years ago. I didn't grow up with it.
No.
And I didn't inherit anything.
Mm.
There's websites that we have that these white folks and different black folks as well. You can make payments to these people. Land.com, Billy Land, or what's the other one? It's land sites that we can go acquire land. You know, so these opportunities are here for us. It's where we putting the time at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me say this too, my brother. And I want to tell the people that's listening to me, the listening audience. I've never said that.
Oh, Land Watch. That's another one. I'm sorry.
Okay. I never said that that black people can't make it in this country. But as a collective group, they're not going to allow that. They're going to let a few get through the cracks and make it look good for diversity. You see Michael Jordan, he's rich. You see Obama, he was right. They make it look good. Diversity is not for black people. It's for white people to make them look good. That's what it's for. And remember, and that guy, he confirmed it the other day. The immigrants that's coming to this country, they are vetted. He said they have to go through the government, the federal government. That's what the brother said, the alderman. And I knew because my buddy told me, he said, Martin, most of these immigrants that's coming here from another country, they don't like black people. And the ones that get along with black people, they send them back. They turn them back around. So they got what you call a litmus test. They know how to ask you certain questions without saying it. It's like going into those of us that ever been to jury trial. I mean, going to a jury and they vet us. They have certain questions to ask you. And when you don't answer those questions the way they want you to answer them, they get rid of you. They still pay you, but we don't need you. So it's all a game. It's wordplay. I'm not just putting up the blame game or nothing like that, people. We have to pay attention. Pay attention. If we know that this is coming toward us, we know how to get on a defensive mode. So again, it behooves every last one of us, brother, my stock market brother, Marcus. We need to learn Spanish, people. We need to learn it. I know this America, but we're going to have to learn it. I'm telling you. Because the Latino, they're going to be the #1 voting base here in America. They're going to outnumber everybody. I'm telling you. And you're going to have to, but at the same time, they're not going to have the power of controlling anything. The whites are always going to have the power. but it's going to be masked. Look at our politicians here in the city of Chicago. We got a black mayor, a black superintendent, a black state's attorney. Tony Preckwinkle. We got black aldermen, black state senators, and look at the conditions of the south and west side of Chicago.
Because they ain't nothing but puppets. They ain't nothing but puppets, and the white man is the puppet master, pulling the strings. That's why they can't do nothing for it. They puppets. A puppet can't do nothing if he on the string.
But let me ask you this, Mr. Martin, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
What do you think the wealthy have most of their money at? Tied into in terms of investments?
Investments. I think land and gold and silver now because it's moving because the dollar is being threatened right now for the United Nation of Africa. You know, they trying to. A lot of countries are uniting. They're trying to make this dollar fall. See, let me say this, brother, and I'm gonna still stay on your subject.
Okay.
China is in war with America. Well, you said, well, Martin, I don't see us dropping bombs and planes flying over here. They are in an economic war with America. That's why they're in the war with America. They know that America got the biggest gun, the biggest pistol, the biggest muscle. Everybody know that. It's a superpower right now. They know it. Why you think these other countries have to unite together to go against America? They know it. America is styled as an eagle. An eagle has two wings. An eagle can fly over the storm. High over a storm. The eagle can grab something and take it up in the air, as Marcus said earlier, and take a snake out of his atmosphere. And when you take a fish out of the water, you got him. But as long as that fish in the water, he got a chance. So my point is, my brother, the rich have their money invested in a lot of things. Number one, I say land. In land.
I say paper assets.
Yeah.
I say stocks. When I looked at both, Mr. Martin,
and
I invested in both, it's the stocks that we don't know nothing about. Once you learn that, they can't take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where their wealth is at. And that's what I've learned being an investor.
Yeah, their wealth is.
You can go to jail with it.
Go ahead.
When you learn that, they can't take it from you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the wealth is at. So that's the knowledge that we lacking.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the drug dealers, Big Meech and all these people, they go get land, not necessarily land, but they go get homes and real estate, right?
Right.
And they come out with nothing. Mm-hmm. But they never taught them that stock market, because once you learn that, you got it all.
Mm-hmm.
You got the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
That is the wealth. And that's what I've learned from being an investor in both. They invest in these private prisons.
Mm-hmm.
One of them on the stock market is called Core Civic, CX, I think it's CXU, something like that. And the other one is GEO. They got it for the children and the adults. That's where their wealth is at.
Mm-hmm.
So me in general, I think that our people don't have to necessarily learn the stock market, but we can learn them dividends, because that's what will generate generational wealth long after I'm dead and gone. My grandchildren will still be getting paid off the dividends. That's what Warren Buffett set up. So if we study these people that have the wealth, that's the only way we're going to compete with these people.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk, but we have to compete on the level that they are, which is dividends, stock market, and things like that. We set up courses for in communities on the west side of Chicago, the south side. These children had nothing to do anyway. So with the platform you have, we come together. Hey, look, Saturday, this is what we doing, y'all. Give them something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing to look forward to but entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's on us.
I want to ask you a question, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
I like what you're saying. There's nothing wrong, but I'm just not a trick question.
I'm being honest about it.
Okay.
Right.
I like when you say the children. And why do you just focus so much on children only? I just want to ask you that question this time.
The reason I say that because when it came down to slavery, they taught the children. That's what they start with. They start in the kindergarten. They going into our children's mind with entertainment, with different things. You can't change the adults, but once they get into the children's mind, that changes everything. When I was growing up, the word gay meant friendly. No, it meant you know what it meant.
Yeah.
But
happy, yeah.
Right.
Happy.
And 20 years later, it's totally different.
Mm-hmm. You'll lose your job saying the
I'm
word
saying
gay. Yeah, go ahead.
You said, come on. Yeah, you lose your job saying gay. The Flintstones was, you'll have a gay old time. So what I'm saying is they getting into the mind. So they start early. And then 20 years later, they changing things. And so we have to start with the youth. I don't mean children because I'm not a pedophile.
I know.
But I mean youth.
And then, let me ask you another question. Who do you think the military recruit? What age is the military want to recruit?
You said what now?
Who do you think the U.S. military, what age they want to recruit?
I'm not sure.
What, the young adults, 18, 19, same with the police department.
Yeah.
So what I'm just saying, it's the same thing. Look at America.
The youth, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, look at America. They going over to Villa Sway and have those people coming over here, and they want young people. Because when I went to Home Depot, I think that was yesterday, and it was all young men. I know I'm 54, be 55. Right. But it was all young men. I was like, well, it was young ladies out there as well, but predominantly men. And I said, well, if they seeking a asylum seeker, wouldn't you think other people will come, older people and all that? They don't want nobody in a wheelchair, bent over, bad help. They don't want that. They want a fresh body to do this work over here in this country. Yeah.
Because they can get the mind. They can get the physical and they can get the mind.
Yeah.
Mark, can I say something?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
First of all, we as black and we have to read. I think the problem is we don't read. White people read, everybody read. We do not read, and when we read, we don't understand. They don't understand what they reading. We cannot do, and I was just listening to the guy previous before me. Everything that he said was on point. But if the youth don't read, they can't go to the next level. They can't take over stock. They can't do this. They do not read, and if they do read, they don't understand what they're reading.
Now, who fault?
Can I intervene on that question, Mark?
Yeah, hold on. Who fault is that? Because they don't know how to read. Is it the white man's fault?
I'm not blaming.
I know. I'm just saying.
Nobody.
I'm just saying. What I'm just saying is, that's something. To read, the fundamentals of reading has to be taught, and you have to want that. But go ahead, sister. 9433. Go ahead.
First of all, sister, I want to tell you that starts at home. That starts at home. That starts at home. I have a 17-year-old and a 24-year-old, and my girls read every day. Reading is fundamental.
And that's what you taught your kids to do.
Right. And these parents got to learn how to be parents.
Understandable, but until then, they cannot read no stock market. They cannot read no numbers. I understand. That's why we not where the white people is, because the kids don't read and they don't understand. So if they don't read and they don't understand, you can expect for them to go to the stock market and read the numbers, or and I think that's the only thing the white people got over us. They read to understand.
Can I touch that? Come on now, Mr. Martin.
Go ahead. Touch down, bro. Go ahead.
Malcolm X had an 8th grade education. Elijah Muhammad had a third grade education. Both of them taught each other. They both were highly educated, with a third grade educated and the eighth. You saying I can't expect them to go to the stock market? Ma'am, they've heard of Tesla just like I have and you have. All you got to do is put your money there. And the next, let me just say this, ma'am, next 5, 10, 20 years, whether you can read or not, your money going to grow.
But, okay, so how are they supposed to know that?
They got a teacher. That's me. So if you all put a program together, and me, you, whoever, hell, I can teach you. I can teach a third grader. Hey, look, this is Tesla. I'm just saying, we
Thursday. I teach every Tuesday and Thursday, so 6 to 9.
Mario, you can give me my number. It's right on your line. My name's Andre Carey. You can pull me up. I'm out of Dallas. my thing is Stock King. I have no problem working with whoever to make this situation better. All we got is all we have is our time and our help. So let's do it.
In my class, they got it.
Okay.
It's my black students that I'm.
They're the ones I want.
And those are the ones I work with. And those are the ones I
ma'am.
over with and make them read the question to understand the question. Because when they go take that state board, they need to understand and be able to read the question and understand it.
Have you heard of Bill Gates, ma'am?
Absolutely.
What's his education level?
GED or high school. They dropped out.
He didn't graduate college.
Okay.
Warren Buffett said you don't need a high IQ level. That's what Warren Buffett said. So it's not necessarily the educational level, it's the desire. One of the sisters said earlier, will. That's what it is.
So I'm saying, how do we get the will and the desire to our young black kids?
We have to make it enticing to them. We have to get them scholarships and things like that. I'll throw my money up. I'll show them how to get land. This is what they need.
Can I say something?
Yes.
It's an educator on the line, right? Did I hear educator?
I'm not an educator. I'm just one that tried to learn.
Young lady.
Oh, the lady. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go, let me just say this plain as I can. You go to the mother, she can't read. She don't have a high school diploma. So the time you spend with this child, 6-7 hours a day, she can't. When the child go home, what you think the mom could say?
That's all I'm saying when he's talking about having our black students to read the stock market and numbers.
I didn't say read it, man. I'm saying it ain't even difficult. That's all I'm saying. It is not difficult.
But it might be to them.
You know what? Same children can read.
If they have someone showing them, ma'am, and taking our time with them, and you as an educator, hey, look, I can show you and you can show them. I can show you in 5 minutes, and you'll be like, it's that easy.
Let me say this.
But listen,
when a teacher,
let my partner come in. Come on, partner.
Okay.
Go ahead,
yeah.
partner.
You know what? So I just want to just kind of cut the conversation about what people could read. These kids could read music. These kids could go on TikTok and learn a dance in 2.5 seconds.
No excuses.
These kids can plug up them video games and play some of the most complicated games ever. So people learn what they want to learn, and people do what they want to do. So that reading and all that stuff, it don't make a difference. The Google boys started a business in their garage. You know,
but
Amazon had a little corner.
But it's different.
So we don't have to make any excuses about reading.
When a white community put a state exam for them to pass, TikTok, all that is different than when you get a white board that put together a test that they had to pass to get their certification. TikTok, Facebook, music is different. Because you know why? this exam is put together by a white people.
So if they can't pass the exam, then what?
They don't get their license.
Okay, so what should they do with life? What should we kind of, maybe have set up for them to move forward? That's all I'm asking. I'm just asking.
All I'm just saying is that we have to read to understand, because it goes back to there's no black person putting this state exam together. It's a white board.
Suggestion. One of the things you yourself is make your class a little bit broader. Maybe you could start a YouTube yourself.
Wait, we're not talking about my class. I'm talking about we need to. Our black kids does not know how to read and understand what they reading.
Ma'am.
And that's why I said Malcolm X didn't either.
Hold it, ma'am. Vera was referring to what you said. You said you're teaching people how to pass the state exam. So Vera was saying, won't you take your thing to YouTube to a broader audience?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's what
Martin. I
Vera
didn't
was
hear
saying.
that. I'm sorry,
That's
Vera.
what she was saying.
I'm so sorry, Vera. I'm so sorry, Vera. And Martin and Vera, I'm so sorry, but that is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Vera. You're absolutely right.
Right.
But again, my point was getting on here to say, if they don't know how to read a question, how they gonna do stocks? How they gonna do bonds? How they gonna do? I mean, we gotta start at the beginning, which is the basics. But
what do you know? I'm just asking, ma'am. What do you know about stocks, ma'am?
I know a lot about. See, I know a lot about stocks. I have to, but again, I'm not like so.
Because you said that they won't know it. So if you know about it, then you know that it's easy for them to learn it.
And who's gonna teach them to it? I mean, it could be taught, but who's gonna teach them? I'm just saying, like, I get what you said, and I agree with what you said. I agree with what you said.
Martin, if you have a platform, Mr. Martin, and you can get my number to whoever, we can start something up, and we can have.
Okay, I'm down to 21%. Give me your number or your face.
No. You know what? Listen here. Martin asked the brother that not to give his number out on his platform.
That's why I asked Martin to give it out to whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And so,
cool.
So just let that rest, because you don't say that about 12 times.
Right.
And I believe that Martin will do that.
Right. Please.
So Martin,
I wasn't saying it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just
Martin, how do we reach back out to you to get his number?
Okay, just hit me in the inbox.
Okay.
Message.
Okay,
let me just say this. Let me say this, people. Here in America, you may need a certification or a degree to work for a certain company, but you don't need a degree to have your own business. Ain't that something? Did y'all miss that? Here in America.
No, we didn't miss it.
Here in America, you may need a certification or a degree to work for a certain company, but you don't need a degree or certification to own a company.
Right.
Does that make sense? That makes a whole lot of sense, people. Sometimes people, we have to listen to one another, share each other. I always tell y'all on this live, I don't have all the answers. I'm good at what I do. I try to stay in my lane, And if I venture off into another lane, I'll let y'all know. I say, well, you know what? I am not familiar with this, but this is just my thoughts. This is just my thoughts. So I understand you guys. I understand, and I'm about to close out. I'll give each one of you guys a minute or two to start with you, 808 at the top, 2 minutes or a minute, and with your closing remarks. And that'd be great. Please don't shout out your phone number. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
I'm not, Mr. Martin. I'm not. No, I just want us to try, man. Us to work together, come together, wherever the strengths are of one. You might not have the answers for this and that, but you've got the platform. And then whatever we can bring together from there, I'm willing. I've been watching you for maybe a month or so, and I've been sending you little messages, but this is the first time I've called. So whatever we have to do to make this thing better for the generations, I'm with it. Now, that's all I wanted to say. I'm with it, though. Land, stocks, whatever, that's the only way we can compete on the level of these people. And I'm talking about small level. Okay. You don't have to be a genius in it, just the basic dividend.
Okay.
We not talking about trust accounts and things like that. We talking about basic stuff to help our people. But go ahead, I'm down.
Okay. Partner, I think that's you next.
Yeah, you know what, Martin? Great platform. I'm gonna yield the mic. A great platform, great conversation.
Okay. All right. Next caller, 6965.
I agree with Vera. Great conversation. I did learn something to take away and to think about. I was taking notes as well. So I think it was a great conversation tonight. And thank you, Martin, for opening up your platform, for us to learn.
That's what it's all about. Iron sharpens iron. Okay, 9433, you're the last person.
We need to break generational curses. It's time for us to break these generational curses.
Okay, generation curses. Okay. All right, well, thank y'all again. This is a wonderful show, a successful show. I hope I've stirred some of your minds up to want to do better, to help people. And again, people, we can network with each other, but what we won't do, we won't pass our phone numbers on here and promote people's business. We're here to help each other, and that's what we want to do. Thank God for each and every last one of you guys that's in the comment, those that called in, those that started to call in. Thank God for you. And I want to thank God for my trolls. You make it so much better for me. Thank you for watching in. Thank you for looking in, waiting on us to mess up. And I want to thank those that think that this platform is about hate. Nothing about this platform is about hate. We are oppressed people, and we are trying to get from under oppression, away from oppression. And that's what we do. That's what I'm all about, setting my people free, both in mind and in body, physical. That's what I'm all about, people. I'm not about getting in your pockets, find out how much money you got and how much you can give me. I'm about serving the hood. That's what I'm all about. Again, thank y'all so much. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
This is where we
tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
I don't know about you.
I love being black.
I like that. Let me play that again.
I love being black. I love being black.
All right. Good night, people. Good night.